this mic works. I'm going live because I wanted to try out the new mics that I got, but I'm also going live because you guys have seen these passenger cars in a couple of videos, and I did a live unboxing on the good old Instagram, but for some reason it didn't save, and I haven't really gone into full detail showing these passenger cars here on the YouTube channel. And today's my day off, so I figured might as well go live. I mean, I haven't done a live in a while. New microphone, new rolling stock, so figured why not. I'm going to test real quick how good the microphone is by doing a little walk around of my room. I actually don't know if I've shown you guys a bunch of this stuff yet, but my room is pretty decked out in train stuff. As you guys can see, I have some 15-inch radius curves here. Nscale, which that's going to be a project for another day, so that will be coming soon. But yep, you'll see why. I might be starting a new nscale layout or a new just model train layout with all of the scales that I run. But again, possible, I don't know, in the future project right here. But I have this awesome History of Trains poster. There's a little bit of everything. Got the Union Pacific Mikado there, GG1. We have the Sir Nigel Gressley. Obviously, as you can see, Southern Pacific Daylight, Union Pacific Challenger. Right above it, the Union Pacific Big Boy. We have some, obviously, the DDA 40X, Union Pacific, one of the biggest diesels ever created. We have some bullet trains here on the bottom. Your typical class AC 440 or 4400 technically. The original steam locomotives. We have up here, as you can see, the American type or American class. We have a Malay type steam locomotive. Awesome. A couple of different countries. I believe that's Germany, Belgium. I'm not sure what that is. I can't really see. Maybe France. I can't see if that's blue or black on the top stripe. Obviously, England. That's French. That's French. French. Japanese. German. Obviously, Britain. Great Britain. British. American. America. 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 Oh, we also have some cool things like here, like the New York Central turbine, which is awesome. Gives you a little information on the side. Oh, it actually shows you. We have over here in this poster, apparently Bavaria somewhere, France, Germany, Japan, United Kingdom, United States. So then what's this? What's that? That's not French. Huh. Anyways, let's get to the main. As you can see, got a train running around. Real quick, let me show you guys this. So that poster, actually, no, sorry. This awesome Lionel train. Oh, thank you very much. So I have a 1,000 piece Lionel Trains puzzle that did come with a poster. So let me pop this poster open because it has some pretty cool stuff on here. I got the Lionel puzzle all the way down there in the mess of a refrigerator that I have. But I have that Lionel poster. I got it from the New York Transit Museum. Pretty sweet. But anyways, let's go through this quick poster here before I get into the passenger cars. We have the Legacy S2 turbine. We have the Christmas Legacy F19. I think didn't that just come out, the F19? This is what I really want. This awesome, my neighbor is a puzzle freak. He makes 1,000 piece in a day. That is crazy. That is crazy. I will honestly tell you that this 1,000 piece puzzle will probably take me a solid week. Maybe a little bit more than that because my puzzle skills aren't the best. But let us get to what I really went live for, is to talk about these lovely passenger cars that I have here. Let me just grab them real quick. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Nscale. Right now, I am running my nscale track, or technically my nscale layout. For those of you who haven't seen it before, this is, I like to call it the nscale portable layout because it is quite portable. It can easily fit in my car, SUV. Don't need a truck for it or a trailer. Not done. And what's cool about it is that I have it on this desk, right? This really carbon fiber desk. But what's cool is that the desk was packaged with these hardened cardboard protectors to make sure it doesn't, get damaged or chipped if it falls over. And so I actually built the N-scale portable layout. I actually built it on one of these cardboard protectors, these hardened cardboard, I don't even know what to call it, to be honest with you. So if I flip over the camera, you guys can see that it is literally all cardboard mesh in between these two things to make it a really hard surface on the top. And if you're wondering, the isopropyl alcohol didn't really do much in terms of like damaging the cardboard. Obviously on this side where the inner workings of the cardboard is already damaged, it didn't really stick very much, and it did lift up some of the cardboard. But on the areas where the inner workings, this like crosshatch kind of thing that they got going on in there. So yeah, so this is like the first N-scale kind of portable layout that I actually did, and the reason I did it on here is because this is portable. It's not supposed to be perfect. And what you would call it, this is my first time kind of ballasting and detailing anything. So I didn't want to do it on a permanent layout and mess it up and have to redo it. On here, if I mess it up, I was perfectly fine with it, perfectly okay. This is kind of like just a tester, so to speak, testing to see how, just different techniques, different water glue mixtures, different various percentages of isopropyl alcohol, and stuff like that. Testing different types of grass and ballast. So then when I do a full N-scale layout on like a door, or if I make my own table, I could do that. I have the techniques where I know that work, and so I'm not messing anything up or damaging any sort of the track like that. So like as you could see, for example, over here, I had ballast that I didn't fully soak in IPA and get it all the way down to the base. So some of the inside was super soft, and then it started to bubble. So I picked that up. Again, that was from one of the techniques that I was just trying out. So again, this is just, sorry guys, I'm trying to put you on the layout without messing anything up. So again, this is just kind of like a tester layout, testing techniques and various other things. Watching YouTube videos, for example, like DIY Digital, watching his YouTube videos and kind of applying some of those techniques, and SMT Mainline, applying some of his techniques that I've learned from him and DIY Digital, and kind of just meshing that with my own and testing it. So yeah, again, this is like a tester layout. Hence why it's on cardboard and not on actual wood. I didn't want to mess anything up. And as you can see, it works fine. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do any more with it. I might add maybe some houses and some other buildings just to kind of fill it in. So then eventually, when I do start bringing it to, oh yeah, and that's one of the other things, is that when I do bring it to other things, to like, conventions and various other things, if I drop it, it's fine. It's cardboard. It's not going to break. Unlike wood might chip, might crack. Again, it's not supposed to be perfect, so it's okay if it gets bumped on, while setting up or in transport. Obviously, I'll have the trains packed away in a box, you know, nice and neat, so that doesn't get damaged. The trains I worry about more than the actual layout. So yeah, that's why this is not perfect. And again, I might, you know, in terms of detailing, I'm done. I think detailing, I might do a little bit more ballasting on the inner part of the track because and maybe on the outer part eventually. But yeah, in terms of detailing, I'm finished detailing. I'm gonna add a couple more I'm gonna add a couple trees, but that's about it. And then I might just add some buildings and just kind of fill it in. But yeah, I'm not really gonna add any mountains or bridges or tunnels and stuff like that. It's just a simple loop with a siding, so I can park some consists in there or keep a diesel train running in there. Because to be honest, the only thing that fits in the siding is either my smaller engines, my diesels, because my articulated ain't fitting in there. The curve is just too tight, and I don't want to damage anything on the EM1. But anyways, let's get into what we really came here for, which was the passenger cars. Now, guys, let me know, is this microphone okay? Is it working good? This is the first time I'm using this microphone. I just got it in the mail from Amazon. So let me know. Is it working good? Sounds good? I can also turn the noise reduction off just to see how it sounds. So the noise reduction is off now. Sounds good for a wireless. All right, thank you, Clintonville Model Railroad. Yeah, so the noise reduction now is off, so I don't know. Is there a difference between the noise reduction on and off? Let me know. I don't know. If the noise reduction is off now, I wonder if you can hear the engine that I have running with the sound on. Anyways, back with noise reduction on. Let's get into these passenger cars. So as you guys know, my first passenger set for nscale was the Bachmann Broadway Limited tip standard DC set. So the engine, the steam locomotive, I actually handed that off. Not on voice, it would affect background sounds like the train sounds mostly. Cool, thank you. So the engine, the steam locomotive that originally came with the Broadway Limited nscale set by Bachmann, I handed that and down to my mom. My mom just got into model trains. I just started her off with an nscale layout. Simple DC, can fit on the dining room table, so she has it there. So she runs it as she's doing work. Super relaxing. So I passed that steam locomotive. I wanted that to be her first steam locomotive in terms of model railroading. It was really nice. It runs beautifully. And she already has a set of passenger cars from the Kato Burlington Northern Zephyr, I believe. Yeah. But yeah, from the Kato Zephyr, the standard DC one. So obviously, if you guys have seen that or have seen my video on that, it is a beautiful, beautiful N-scale set. So that's the reason I didn't give her the passenger cars that came with the Broadway Limited set here. As you can see, no detail interior, but nice detailing on the outside. You can see the rivets, has the beautiful Pensy colors and the emblem there. Nice Broadway Limited name. Bottom, not too detailed. Yeah, the Silver Streak Zephyr. That's what I meant. Oh, geez. The Kato Silver Streak Zephyr. Thank you. That just reminded me of that. So, anyways, yeah. So not too detailed in terms of the standard Broadway Limited Bachmann passenger cars that you get in their set. But I purchased 3 separate passenger cars, smooth side passenger cars, I believe. 2 of them are smooth sided, one of them is not. And they look beautiful. Now, again, I unboxed these on my Instagram. For those of you who don't know my Instagram, it's the same handle as my YouTube channel, Mr. Model Trains. But for some reason, the live didn't save, and I never followed up with a YouTube video on my passenger cars. So figured since I have a new mic and it's my day off, I went live, and let's get into it. So the first one I want to start off with, sticking with the Pensy theme here. As you guys know, I'm a big Pensy fan. For those of you who've seen my HO videos, and obviously you've seen the Broadway Limited passenger cars there, I have a beautiful Pensy passenger car, smooth side. Let me switch the camera around for you guys so I can actually show this off. The CBQ Zephyr loco still runs right by me. Oh, the Illinois Railroad Museum. Yes, I've seen videos of the Illinois Railroad Museum. You guys do like a diesel day, right? Or something like that, where like all the running diesels that you guys have go out and pull trains and stuff like that. And then I might be taking this wrong. You guys, I don't know if, is it the Illinois Railroad Museum that has the Shea steam locomotive that's still running? I know that's somewhere in Illinois, I think. But anyways, diesel, electric, and steam, then a mix. Yes. Okay. So I would like to at some point get out there, maybe during the summer. Not necessarily on steam day or diesel day, although it would be very nice too. But just to see the museum in general. But boom, here we go. Beautiful Pensy passenger car. Bottom is not too detailed. Has the Shea about 50 miles away in Freeport, Illinois. There's a Heisler. Ooh, yeah. Well, the Shea, the Heisler, the Climax, those geared steam locomotives are actually my favorite type of steam locomotive. Um, they're just super unique, you know, something about them. But beautiful Pensy passenger car, as you guys can see, smooth side, really nice roof right there, black roof, not too entirely detailed. The trucks look nice, but the paint scheme is beautiful. And what's really awesome is that it actually has a lighted interior. The lighted interior is beautiful, and that is actually what was really surprising to me. Was the lighted interior was actually quite a surprise. I didn't know when I bought these that they had lighted interior. But let's get into the second passenger car. This one I bought specifically to match with the EM1. So yes, it is a Baltimore and Ohio, and it is this lovely Baltimore and Ohio. Not a smooth side coach because it has these lovely, I don't know what you call pattern to it. And the roof is also like that. Oh, looks like I got a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on the top, which is perfectly fine. It's all right. But Baltimore and Ohio, beautiful blue striping. Or I don't know, is that blue or black? It looks blue. It looks like a navy blue, coagulated aluminum. I don't even know if I said that right, but yeah, that's what it is called. Thank you, Clintonville Model Railroad. I appreciate that. Baltimore and Ohio. Passenger car is called the Oriole, and maybe that's what the passenger service was called. I'm not really sure, but as you can see, matches the Baltimore and Ohio EM1 corrugated. Okay, so I did say it right. Beautiful. Now I'm just going to put that right on top. As you can see, the lettering matches the passenger car, so it's really beautiful, and it looks beautiful when it's being pulled behind the EM1. When I do a passenger service with the EM1, I usually have the Baltimore and Ohio first behind the EM1, and then the various other passenger cars behind that one. And then the last but not least, one of my favorite Norfolk and Western. This is a beautiful red color with that yellow pinstripes. And it's hard for me to read that just because it's so tiny, but I believe that's the name. It's the something arrow. But it is beautiful. And again, all lighted interior, all three of them. Beautiful lettering. Excuse my my dirty nails there. I was working on the layout earlier. But beautiful lettering, beautiful paint scheme, nice interior. They all have the same interior. They're all lighted, simple. You know, it's your simple yellow seats in there, but the lighting on the inside is nice. That is one of my favorites. The trucks look good. Bottom side, simple details. Nothing crazy about that. So let's get these on the layout. We're going to get these on the layout so I can show you guys the so I could show you guys the lighting, the lighted interior. I'm just going to Actually, I should probably just pull this into the siding. I don't know why I did that. Okay, siding switched. Let me back this baby up. Now I think I'm going to pull the microphone out just so you guys can hear the train sounds a lot better, because the phone microphone actually. Oh, if you guys can hear that, then I'll leave the mic in, but beep beep beep, lol, backup horn. Hey man, you gotta let the fictional people know, that the train is backing up, so we don't get in trouble on this fictional railroad. Got to use the proper signals here. Oh, let me turn this around. You guys will probably be able to see it pulling into the siding here. Does nscale have a CV warning setting? Beeps once when stops, beeps 3 times when backing up. That's a good question. I'm using your typical Bachmann easy command control system, so not entirely sure. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm very new in the nscale community, kind of. I don't know what to call it. I'm new into nscale, so I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. I would believe so. Obviously, I know HO has that, so if the nscale DCCs, if the HO DCCs have that, I would believe the nscale DCCs would have that kind of CV warning setting. Again, I'm using the Bachmann Easy Command Control System, so it might be different. But if you're using a more, advanced system like an NCE, it definitely has it. You can definitely program it to turn that CV setting on. But anyways, let's first off, let's mute this engine, and we'll put the EM1 on. Let me just make sure that the controller is on stop so I don't ruin this engine, because this is my most expensive engine I have on the layout. Although in terms of articulated engines, this engine was cheap because it was nscale. If you're looking for an articulated engine in like O scale, that's like a couple $1,000. Unless you're getting a used one, you could find some pretty good used ones on like trains.com with a Z. You could probably find some pretty good ones, that have been used, that are not necessarily cheap, but cheaper than the base price, if it were new, straight out of the factory. Let me just make sure that we are good. Making sure that we're all on the track. All right, we're all connected. So then let's get these babies on here. All right, that's one. B&O. Beautiful. What are we thinking? Should we go Norfolk Western next, or should we go Pensy next after the B&O? Do you want to know what I just paid for the BLI Blue Goose 19? You might fall over. Oh boy. I have, oh, whoops. I have a 1,000 US dollars. Well worth it. That is beautiful, though. The Blue Goose, it's a beautiful engine. I am thinking on track of getting a HO Commodore Vanderbilt. Not from that era, but more a newer version. And then they're doing the Broadway Limited announced they're doing that HO scale yellow jacket. That is definitely going to be a cop for me. I'm definitely going to buy that. The paint scheme that I saw on that is beautiful. Which comes to mention, guys, my first true love since I was 8 years old. The first engine that I ever, fell in love with in terms of trains was the Norfolk and Western J class, specifically the 611, because they showed a lot of that engine in model form and in its real life form in the I Love Toy Trains VHS video series. And I remember they did that one segment on it with like the Beethoven playing in the background. It was just beautiful and awesome, and smoke and whistle, and it was just beautiful. So that was my first engine that I ever fell in love with in terms of trains. And I actually have that in O scale, which I honestly don't really run as much as I should. And I think I'm getting in a new one. And it sticking on the topic of Norfolk and Western, I think we're going to go Norfolk and Western right after the B&O. Boom, boom. Last but not least, the Pensy. Now, there's a part of my track, the frog in my on my switch is not powered, so the lights do flicker on and off when it goes through the frog, and I don't plan on changing that because it just that doesn't really matter to me. It works and it looks great, and that's all that cares. So let's get this camera switched over, and boom, for at least $800. Oh, trust me, I've been saving up. I am prepped. For that yellow jacket. But as you can see, beautiful lighted interior. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. There you go. So absolutely lovely. And as you can see, not all seats are the same. So in the Beano, you can see it has the armrests on the seats, which is really cool. On the on the Norfolk and Western, you can see that there are no armrests. There is. It's kind of more like a divider though, and it's definitely not as prominent. So it looks like most of them have armrests. Oh my god, it sounded like my dog was just outside, which has been really bad. But awesome. You can even see the road number. Norfolk Western road number 1728. The Pensy one is number 4292, and the Baltimore and Ohio one doesn't have a road number, but it has a name, the Oriole. And this one, the Norfolk and Western, I can't read. It's something arrow. The something arrow. If you guys can see what that says, let me know. But let's get this running. Now, let me know, guys. Can you guys hear the engine sounds? Like the whistle and the bell with the microphone in? If not, then I'll just pull the microphone out. Simple. It's not too big of a deal. I'd rather you guys hear the engine sounds now than me. Now that I'm essentially done talking about my passenger cars and all that fun stuff, and time to run some trains. Powhatan arrow. Yes, thank you. That's what it says. All right. Well, let's run some trains. Let me get a little closer so you guys can hear a bit better. And I'm trying to think. What should I set you guys up on? Well, I guess I could just do this for now. Guys are a little lopsided, so I'm going to fix that. Boom, shakalaka. So yeah, standard Bachmann DCC controller, nothing fancy. Turn on that. Don't know if you could hear that, but the dynamo just kicked in. My brain is a cornucopia of worthless knowledge. Hello, do you know how hard it is to use the word cornucopia now? Dude, my brain is right there with you in terms of just random facts and knowledge. And it's like it's funny. Like I know a lot about like how steam locomotives work and various other things, and stuff like that. I just love trains overall. I have so many books. Oh, speaking of which, yeah, you know what? I have a really awesome New York Central book in color, so it like gives you all these pictures and stuff. I live in New York. I wasn't born in New York, but I was raised in New York, so and still here, good old New York. So, speaking of which, let's run some trains. All right, let's turn this around so you guys can see. Great prices at a place. Yeah, I actually saving up right now for an NCE and or Digitrax for both my nscale here and my HO scale. So that is actually what I am working on. You kind of beat me to it. But yeah, so that's the next project is saving up for the nscale and HO scale, either the NCE or Digitrax controller, one of the two. And then the next would be possibly this other project that I have in the back of my mind that requires a little bit more logistics and some more planning, but I think I'm going to start it before the summer, which is going to be awesome. I'm also, for those of you, if you guys are in the New Jersey area, I know one of you guys in here is not. One of you guys are in Illinois, I think one of you said. But I'm headed down on the 16th of February to now I'm realizing I put out a video on Instagram and I said Saturday the 16th, but it's actually Sunday the 5th, the Sunday the 16th. Headed down to the Woodstown Central Railroad in New Jersey to catch their newly refurbished USRA 060 number 9. As you guys know, I have that exact same steam locomotive in HO scale, just different paint scheme. Since I'm a New Yorker, I have it in the New York Centrals. And yeah, I liked the 2.5 amp NC back in the day during the Digitag. Ooh, thank you for the suggestion. Hey, shout out Illinois. You guys have some awesome trends out there, and I'm gonna come out there at some point and definitely visit, take a ride on that Shay. Maybe take a ride on that Heisler that you mentioned, Clinton Mile Railroad. But I'm putting this on the train for fun. It probably sounds so blown out. You guys like the biggest railroad museum? I am on my way, bro. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta wait for my microphone to come back. I gotta wait for the microphone to come back so I can answer Clinton. Wait a second. It's coming. I don't know if you can hear me, but it's coming. Anyways, oh, you guys can still hear me. All right, well, that's embarrassing. But yes, I'm on the way. Biggest railroad museum. I took a trip to the National Railroad Museum in Green Bay, Wisconsin, where they have that awesome, I don't even know, awesome A4 class British steam locomotive. They have one of the big boys in there, which was my first big boy ever to see in person. And I got to step inside the cab of that, and that was amazing. It was beautiful, beautiful, and to see a big boy in person, to see the size of it is just insane, absolutely insane. If you guys have a chance to ever see either the working big boy 4014, which I still need to see in person, or one on display in a museum like the one I saw in Green Bay, oh my lord, absolutely wonderful, absolutely beautiful. And then I also saw the GG1 and a couple other things. They also have a awesome Texas type steam locomotive and a decapod, which was beautiful, which is really cool. Some big steam locomotives over there in Green Bay, Wisconsin. But unfortunately, they're all on display. None of them are working. But Illinois Railroad Museum is on my list of places to visit. And yeah, I don't know what else to say, guys. I'm just hanging out and talked about my passenger cars. I do have a Broadway Limited engine here, this lovely New Haven. Don't run it as much, but I definitely should. It has a really nice green and yellow, almost yellow jacket kind of paint scheme. It's just not that like bright yellow, but it's really awesome. New York, New Haven, and Hartford, number 0779. It's a Alco, hold on. Alco P1. Yeah, maybe? Yes. I know it's an Alco engine. I'm pretty sure it's a P1. Yeah. I would really like to get a Sharknose diesel. That'd be nice. Hell, just in December, I walked out into the woods and found the long-lost end of the line turntable and engine house spot for the CGW in Atkin. They stopped using in 1890s the turntable pit. And the building foundations are still there. That is awesome. That is awesome. We have, so I live in Westchester, New York. We have a couple of abandoned lines around here. We have the Westchester and Boston Railway, which was abandoned. Now, some of the bridges and tracks are still here, although they were made into walking trails. The station that was located in New Rochelle was actually turned into someone's house, but it is still there. The outside it remains the same as it looked when it was a railway station. So that's awesome. I've been cataloging Rouse House location for 30 years, over 3,000 locations in the U.S. Wow, that's awesome. That is beautiful. That is actually really sick. That is awesome. I'm impressed. I'm actually extremely impressed. You actually have me speechless. That is really cool. Speaking of locations, I might as well. The book that I acquired from the Transit Museum. I'm going to take the cover off of it for now, so it's easier for me to hold. Volume 1. So it gives a little bit of background of the railroads and the New York Central system, the water level route, huge map. That is awesome, Cincinnati Mall Railroad. And then we get into the Hudson Valley. That's where I'm located. So some of these locations I've been to. A lot of these locations are still around. Here, let me move this out of the way. I'll move that right there so you guys can hear me. Like they mentioned, the Croton Harmon Yard, which is still around. I visit that quite often because it has some awesome diesel train action. But this book goes through, if you guys live in New York, this book goes through a lot of the New York Central system. I mean, obviously, because it's a book about the New York Central system, but I mean, it goes really into detail. And I'm not just talking like close to the city, you know. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Speaking of Roundhouse, Clinton, Malrero, speaking of Roundhouse, right up here, it says above, outside the Roundhouse, we see one of the last steam locomotives built for the New York Central system, Niagara number 6006, delivered in 1946 at a point when the New York Central had already decided to embark on the program to dieselize the locomotive fleet, as you guys can see here, with these, I think the F9 or F7 units. Yeah. But anyways, the Niagaras were to prove their worth, yet they came too late and were to see a lifespan of only 10 years. I mean, as you can see, the Niagara tenders are massive. They have the centipede tenders. But speaking of Roundhouse, there you go. Now, I'm trying to find a location that's close to where I live. Oh, here we go. Niagara S1B number 6013 is stopping momentarily at Peekskill on September 28th, 1952, which is right on the Hudson River, right here on the bottom. This guy right here is in Peekskill, so that's actually close to me. That's about 30 minutes. But anyways, I think I'm going to leave the stream off here, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this quick little, 40, 50-minute stream. I would like to do some more live streams on this channel. Just talking, hanging out, not necessarily showing off anything new, but running trains. All right, Clinton. I live in Westchester, New York. Now, can you tell me if there were any roundhouses besides Pot? I think there maybe was one in the Croton Harmon Yard before they, refurbished and made everything dieselized and whatnot. But if there were any in Westchester, New York, that would be awesome to know. I know that Westchester was the county, was one of the bigger counties prior to, hitting like the Bronx and then the city. So, yeah. But, yeah. Anyways, what was I talking about? Right, I want to do some more live streams and not necessarily, talking about trains, but it could be running trains, hanging out, just talking. I'll maybe do some live streams while I'm traveling. and we'll try and do some live unboxings here and there. So just trying to keep you know keep the entertainment going for you guys. I know not a lot of you tune into the live streams, but a good amount of you do, and I love that. And it's just kind of like my live streams are more on the fly kind of thing. So yeah, again, I would like to do some more of these. If you guys have any ideas as to what kind of live streams you want to see, me running trains, talking about trains, maybe doing some sort of like train simulator, um, like live stream stuff on my Twitch, we could do that. I could try and get it over to my YouTube as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, again, I will have a video of you guys soon. I'm headed down to the Woodstown Central Railroad to see Woodstown Central number 9. So if you guys are in the Woodstown, New Jersey area, come down, come say hi. Let's hang out. Let's talk some trains. I do have a couple shorts that I am editing at the moment, and I do also have Stamford had 2, Crotonville had 2, Croton on Hudson had 1, but would be too much to write. All right, cool. Croton on Hudson had 1, New York Central. That's awesome. All right, cool. All right, so there were a couple of roundhouses near us. Nice. But anyways, thank you, Clinton Model Railroad, for tuning in and engaging with me. You seem quite interested, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate all the information that you've been giving me. So guys, if shout out to him, shout out to Clinton Model Railroad for tuning in. I really appreciate that, brother. Like I said before, I'll have a couple of shorts and a couple videos coming out this week. And now with the new microphone and the new gimbal, awesome. And new gimbal, camera quality. Well, camera quality is the same, but video quality has been significantly increased. So I hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. It really means a lot. I'm trying to hit that lovely 1,000 subscriber marker. We're almost there. We're only about 400 subscribers. We only need about 400 more subscribers, then we're there at the 1,000. Now, I don't know if I'm going to hit that goal of hitting 1,000 before the summer starts, but if I can hit 1,000 before the end of 2025, I don't know what I would say. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Please share it. It really means a lot. And I'll see y'all on the next train home. And go take a look. Go hit a follow button on my Instagram at Mr. Model Trains, same handle as my YouTube. Hope you guys enjoyed. Keep an eye out for those videos and those shorts, and I'll see y'all on the next train home.